So you've always thought of yourself as a worrier, right? That little knot in your stomach. You've probably just accepted it as part of your personality. But what if that anxiety is like background static on a radio and spending time with your partner turns the volume all the way up? What if the source of your anxiety isn't just you, but the relationship itself is the hidden outlet it's plugged into? Today, we're going to talk about 5 subtle signs that your relationship might be the secret cause of your anxiety. A relationship is supposed to be your safe harbor in a storm, your comfort zone. But what happens when that harbor is the source of the rough seas? It's incredibly confusing when the person you love is also the one making you feel constantly on edge, like being handed a warm blanket that's secretly made of itchy wool. The point of this video isn't to place blame, but to help you see things more clearly. Spotting these patterns is the biggest first step you can take toward feeling like yourself again. The first sign is that you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. You know the feeling, like you have to screen every word or hide how you're really feeling just to stop your partner from getting upset. A healthy relationship should be a place where you can disagree and have an honest chat without fear. The anxiety here comes from being in a constant state of high alert. It's like you're living with a smoke alarm that's so sensitive, even making toast could set it off. That constant tension is incredibly draining, and it builds a foundation of fear, not love. You find yourself replaying conversations, terrified that one tiny misstep will bring the whole thing crashing down, like a game of Jenga. The first step is to recognize this feeling for what it is: your body trying to protect you. Acknowledging that it's not normal to feel this tense is a huge move toward finding a calmer space for yourself. Sign number 2, you find yourself constantly second-guessing your own thoughts, your feelings, and maybe even your memories. This often comes from behaviors like gaslighting, where your partner dismisses your concerns with lines like, "You're just being too sensitive." You'll bring up something that genuinely hurt you and somehow leave the conversation feeling totally confused, like you've been spun around in circles with a blindfold on. This creates so much self-doubt. The constant criticism, even if it's small, is like water dripping on a stone over time. It erodes your self-esteem. You start to lose trust in your own gut. Your internal compass feels broken, and that's a massive source of anxiety. But that confusion isn't your fault. It's a direct result of a toxic dynamic. Trusting that little voice in your head that tells you something feels off is a powerful way to get your clarity back. If any of this is starting to sound familiar, just take a second to sit with that. You are definitely not alone in feeling this way. If this video is helping you connect some dots, please consider subscribing for more content on building healthier relationships. And remember, there is so much strength in asking for support. Talking with a therapist can give you incredible tools to navigate these complicated feelings. The third sign is feeling completely emotionally exhausted after you spend time with your partner. And I don't just mean tired, I mean drained. Instead of feeling recharged, you feel depleted, as if your own emotional battery has been used to power them up, leaving you on 1%. It's like being a one-person pit crew for their emotions, constantly trying to manage their mood or single-handedly fix things. This emotional drain has real effects. You might find you have no energy left for friends or hobbies, like a phone that's always in low-power mode. This kind of chronic stress can even show up physically, causing headaches, stomach issues, or trouble sleeping. Start thinking about your energy as a precious resource. Noticing where it's going is a critical step. Your peace of mind is valuable, and figuring out what's costing you that peace is how you start to reclaim it. The fourth sign is that you're slowly pulling away from your friends and family. This isolation can be subtle. Maybe your partner complains every time you make plans, or some kind of crisis always seems to pop up that keeps you at home. After a while, it just feels easier to say no. This slowly shrinks your support system. It's like slowly removing all the other instruments in an orchestra until the only thing you can hear is your partner's tune. Anxiety thrives in this kind of isolation. When you don't have outside perspectives, it's like being in an echo chamber. Your partner's version of reality bounces back at you until it feels like the only truth. Spotting this pattern is so important. Reopening those lines of communication by sending one text to a friend can be a total lifeline. And the fifth and final sign is that a deep fear of being abandoned is running the show. Do you avoid talking about your own needs because you're terrified it will push them away? This fear can lead to you doing anything to keep the peace, even if it means sacrificing your own happiness. The anxiety comes from living with the constant threat that the relationship could end at any moment, like you're standing on a trap door, just waiting for the lever to be pulled. Your own needs get buried under the weight of that fear. A secure relationship should feel like solid ground, not a tightrope you're constantly afraid of falling from. Realizing that this fear is in the driver's seat is the first step to understanding that the relationship's foundation isn't as solid as you deserve. All right, let's run through those 5 signs again. You're walking on eggshells. You're always second-guessing yourself. You feel emotionally drained. You're becoming isolated, and you're terrified of them leaving. If you saw yourself in this video, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that your body and mind are sending you important messages, like warning lights on a car's dashboard telling you something needs attention. Recognizing these patterns is the first and hardest step toward getting your peace back. You deserve to feel safe, respected, and calm. If this video helped you, a thumbs up would be amazing, and please subscribe. Remember, understanding the problem is the beginning of the solution. Talk to someone you trust, and know that a calmer, healthier future is completely possible.